fans, and I guess good early evening for all the West or East Coast players. I am Dan Tartaglione, DTartag1 on the forums. Today we are going to have Chriskelly versus Anthony Howard, Batmouse versus Chriskelly for their OCS playoff game. This is going to be their first game. It looks like, can't tell who is up on Gemp right now. Somebody does have their table ready. So as soon as they are ready to go, we are about to start. So I just want to welcome everybody to game one of Batmouse versus Chriskelly. Looks like they are about to start. So I want to say that Chriskelly has the game up, so he'll be playing light, while Batmouse will be playing dark. Sorry for the delay. That was my fault. So let me just change that. Apparently, Batmouse needs to do a quick deck check, making sure he's playing the right deck. But again, this is Batmouse, so does he play the right deck? That's the almighty question. No, I'm joking, Batmouse. I'm joking. So, see those guys play in a few minutes, or a few seconds, hopefully. Well, thank everybody who is tuning in for the game. Like I said, we're about to have them starting here. Okay, just waiting on Batmouse currently. Oh. Sorry about that. Tried closing the Twitch window so that way I can actually watch the chat as we're doing this. Again, it's just still waiting on Batmouse. While we're waiting, we can go over some of the... Okay, it looks like they're about to start. So yes, Chriskelly is playing his light side. Batmouse is playing dark side. Okay. And we are a go, looks like, everybody. Both players saying congratulations. Okay, so we're going to have an interesting match. Oh, this is something different. Chriskelly not playing Hitco or Throne Room. Chriskelly deciding to go with old allies. Interesting, interesting. Not something that I would have put him on, but hey, this is the OCS. Everybody likes to play different decks. Batmouse going with Agents of the Black Sun. Batmouse starting Wipe Them Out. All of them, Shadows of the Empire, and Imperial Decree. He's been playing this deck quite a bit on Gemp recently, so I think he is familiar with this matchup. Chriskelly starting Walkling, Strike Planning, and a Brave Resistance. Looks like both the standards start for both the players. Batmouse starting out getting his grabber. Actually, both players getting their grabbers. It's OA versus Agents of the Black Sun. And Batmouse likes to start off with as many of his shields on the table as he can, just from what I've seen. And playing against him, he likes to get the shields that he knows are going to be necessary, so he goes out and gets secret plans. And he's using Masterful Move combo to grab a card. He takes a Gix, so this is one way for him to search his deck, make sure his Vigos, make sure his sights are there, just little things like that. But also Gix pretty good. Uses 2 to get out the 2-0 sight. And Kelly gets out Goldenrod. That way, Batmouse would have to. He wouldn't be able to pay for the Emperor for free, but he still goes and deploys the Emperor for 2 to the 2-0 site. Kelly then goes and grabs his do or do not shield. And so no, and he just moves the Emperor over. So no Vigo, no other sites from Batmouse. Kelly only generating 6 force right now. But he goes and gets General Calrissian while Batmouse grabbing his Force Lightning. And this is all at the end of Batmouse's turn. And then Kelly also uses Strike Lightning again to grab General Leia Organa. And just as a heads up to everybody who is watching tomorrow, these players will be meeting tomorrow as well. Same Batmouse time, same Batmouse channel to play their second game. Okay, Kelly's activating. And uses objective. See if he can get his own 2-0 out. That would be Ray's Hut. Kelly taking his time, looking through his deck. And he does find Jakku Ray's encampment. So, and Batman is using a Dark Time for the Rebellion from his hand to activate 1. Not sure why he didn't just wipe them out, all of them. This tells Kelly that he does have the Dark Times in his deck. So it's a pretty good card to use against OA, and Kelly then grabs it. That's a smart move right there. Yeah, I agree with you there, Shaw. I agree with you there, Greg. I'm surprised about it too, seeing an OA. Oh, thank you. Okay, that's a good point, Joe. Thank you. So, interesting that Batmouse did play the Dark Time, but being that Kelly grabbed it, he can throw down the land, or the General Calrissian. He can still get Ray, but after he would move Ray over, he will not be able to. He won't have another card in his force pile, so that's no. So maybe it's a smart move by him. I don't know. And yeah, that's another good point. Yeah, he would have the Voyeur bait. I don't know if Batmouse plays Voyeur in his deck. I don't know other interrupts he plays, so at least I know that. I know he does play Imperial Barrier, and he does like to barrier Rey when she's thrown down onto her site. So that, but we'll see what he does. Okay, Kelly grabbing a card with Ray's game text. And Batmouse using the Force Lightning on the Prince Zizor. Definitely want to talk to Chris after this game to figure out why he decided to go with OA against his normal decks. I mean, I know that he's been playing, he played WAP at Continentals, so that could be a reason why, but don't know. And then Batmouse uses Shadow. So Ray's moved over. Batmouse draws a card with Shadows. And we're about to see Ray hop onto the Falcon. See if he takes it off or just flips it so it's the way it's a vehicle. Now, the OA objective, for those who don't know, as long as Ray is, while she's at a battleground site, she will replaces all instances of Luke on Ages of the Black Sun. So even if Batmouse moves Zizor over, he won't flip. Okay, so Kelly does flip the Falcon, so it is in vehicle mode. And while with Lando there, I believe it is defense value 6. So not impossible to hit for Batmouse, but pretty hard. You would have to track a Emperor with Dengar or another card. Batmouse pulling out for the Force Lightning that we saw him play last turn. One way of verifying his deck, making sure he has the Vigo, has the sights. So a couple smart plays from Batmouse. Okay, so there's the Vigo. And he's put it from hand, so he still has his once per game pool with the sight. Okay, so using the Vigo's text, he's going to pull a Battleground Planet site or system. And he goes out and gets the Palace. So now he can get out one of the other two Zizor Palace sites this turn. Okay, and there's the uploading station. So Batmouse only missing the sewers at this point. And he's gonna go get a card with Imperial City and goes and grabs another Vigo. So he's got a lot of Vigos there. And they can move over for free, but the Emperor still costs 1. And he draws a card using Shadows. And he's moving all of his guys over to the Palace site. Looks like. Yep. Okay, so Batmouse now occupies the Princess Zizor Palace site. Let's see if he pulls out a battle order, so that way Kelly would have to pay to drain. I'm hoping for at least Batmouse's sake. He's not playing on his phone. I know he likes to play at work on his phone, but I do believe that he is using his laptop at home. So he shouldn't have any real issues as long as he has Wi-Fi. And he draws up his entire force pile. But now this turn he can wipe them out, all of them, to activate another force. Okay, and he does that. And no battle order though. Okay, so Kelly's gonna get a drain in 1 in for free. Batmouse using the Emperor to grab the Force Lightning. And Kelly drains for 1. Batmouse loses the Restraining Bolt from his hand. A card that is Destiny 6 and useful against droids, but I mean, I've seen a few droids in the OA, but normally that's a card for 3PO. And again, Kelly decided to go with something new in OA. So Kelly then might see a flip from Kelly here if he's got any of his starships in his hand, being that he wants to keep the Falcon on the ground, so he has a little bit more protection with Ray. But there's the 2-2 site, the Jakku 2-2 site. So might see a General Leia come down, and again, if he has any starships, we might see a flip here. Or maybe he'll move right off the Falcon so he can flip that way. Kelly's using Brave Resistance. He's going to go put one of his Resistance characters from his hand into his use pile. He puts Poe Dameron so he can go get Finn. So he grabs Finn from his deck by putting Poe Dameron into his use pile. And there is BB-8. So the restraining bolt that Batmouse threw away might have actually come in handy in this game. Kelly uses Escape Pod to go grab himself a Dejeric. And no response from Batmouse, so Kelly's going to go through his deck, possibly for a Hojix. Yep, there's the Hojix. And he moves the Falcon over to the 2/2 site, so no flip for Kelly this turn, but he does get BB-8 down. So right now, if Batmouse can't do anything, he'll be staring down a drain of 2 there, plus an extra damage from from BB-8. I will pronounce the card how I want to pronounce it. Make fun of me all you want. I don't care. And Kelly is just drawing up. Let's see if he draws up past 12. Batmouse frying Zizor, so he's fried Zizor twice and fried Vigo once. And he grabs a card or he takes a card from his force pile with Shadows of the Empire. So I know both players are very familiar with this matchup. It's definitely one of those matchups that has the possibility of going either way. Personally, I think that Kelly has the edge just on the cards that we see on the table with the objectives, but I don't know when it's in either player's decks. I'm a little surprised that Kelly played the BB-8. I've seen both lists with BB-8 and without BB-8, so we'll see what else they have in store. Okay, and see if Kelly decides to pull his battle plan to keep Batmouse from draining for free. Or maybe we'll just see players decide, hey, let's just have no battle plans or battle orders on the table and free drains for everyone. What a world we would live in if everybody got to drain for free. Batmouse grabbing the Force Lightning again. Both players have 12 cards in their hand. And Batmouse is slightly ahead on generation, generating 15 to Kelly's 13. And there's the drain for free of 1. Kelly losing Jedi Levitation off the top of his reserve deck. Okay, let's see. Batmouse deploying the sewers from his hand. Let's see if he has any answers for the slightly loaded up Falcon. I mean, right now the Falcon has 3 out of the 4 slots on it accounted for. Batmouse decides to just throw U3PO down, so he'll still be taking a ping of 1 with BB-8, but he can avoid the drain of 2 there. Sorry. And Batmouse throws down Zam Wessel. It's a pretty good card, especially against cards like General Leia. Moves Prince Zizor over. He hasn't used Shadows of the Empire yet, So we'll probably see him do that here in a moment or two. We also haven't seen Batmouse pull his fanfare shield. So maybe he has the Zizor's bounty in his hand. Maybe I would assume he's playing with it. So, and Batmouse uses Shadows of the Empire to draw a card and make Kelly lose. Kelly loses Padme from the reserve deck, and Batmouse then draws a card. So Zam is by herself, and one Vigo is with Zizor, another Vigo with the Emperor, and they're all just chilling on Coruscant. Batmouse playing the do they have a code clearance shield? Knowing that Kelly has Jedi Levitation in the deck, that's a smart move. And he activates one with wipe them out, all of them. Okay, so again, Kelly will get a ping damage of 1 in this turn. But that's all. And Batmouse loses according to my design from his hand. So Batmouse is happy with losing cards from his hand. While Kelly doesn't look like he wants to lose cards from his hand, but we'll probably see Kelly do something, especially against that Zam who's just sitting there with a big target on her. But as they say in Mad Max, that's bait. Okay, Kelly gets out his village site, and he uses Brave Resistance, putting back Admiral Satora, and he's grabbing a Resistance character, not sure which one yet. Kelly taking his time, being very thorough on his decision on which Resistance character he wants to grab. And he grabs the Poe Dameron. So he grabs the Poe Dameron that he put back last turn. And Batmouse grabbing a card, or drawing a card with Shadows of the Empire in response. Okay, so Kelly drops down blue 11. Pretty good card. Allows the deploy of Rebel warriors to it from the deck. And it has ability, and it has its own immunity already on it. But if he puts Poe onto there, it will be immune less than 5. So let's see what he's going to do. But maybe we'll see Poe go onto the Falcon. The Falcon goes up to space. I don't know. Kelly might. He's got a lot of force to play with. He's got a lot of cards in his hand to play with. Okay, and Rey switches from the pilot to the passenger. So that tells me right there that Poe is most likely going to go onto the Falcon. So now the Falcon's pretty loaded up. It has immunity less than 5. And he would be drawing 2 Destiny, plus he has the option of adding a Destiny if he has a Rebel leadership in his hand, or limiting Batmouse to Destiny 1. Oh, and here comes R2 Brave Little Droid, a card that I haven't seen played in a while. So basically with R2 Brave Little Droid, while avoid any starfighter, he adds 2 to the power and hyperspeed while in battle at a system may place R2 in the use pile to cancel a just drawn battle destiny. Cancel flat damage targeting a starship at the same system. So it's pretty good against lateral damage, pretty good against weapons, but see what he can do. And Rose comes down as well, so now Kelly can start retrieving. Ooh, excuse me. And Rey hops out. So I think R2 will probably go on to the Falcon. And Kelly will probably move the blue 11 over to the 2-2 site. And the Falcon will probably go up into space. So BB-8 hops off as well. So probably going to see Kelly flip here. And we'll probably see a battle plan come down here at the beginning or of Batmouse's turn or the end of Kelly's. Oh, so there goes the Falcon off into space. It's pretty loaded up, pretty protected. And Kelly is able to flip. So, oh, and he plays quite a mercenary V to break U3PO's cover. Quite a mercenary V allows for the cancellation of Ellis, breaking of undercover spies, whereas the non-virtual basically puts cancels Ellis and puts any of the characters moving with Ellis into the lost pile. I think we saw that at our Worlds coverage with Bastion versus Mishki. But Kelly just consolidating, so oh, excuse me. Batmouse now is staring down a possible 5-force loss over at Jakku. So BB-8 and Ray all hop on to Blue 11, giving both of them a little bit more protection. Rose just sitting there out by herself, but Rose basically has to if Kelly wants to start retrieving with her. So we'll see what Batmouse can do to answer this. Yeah, I think Batmouse just decided to play a deck that he knew that he was familiar with, and I hardly think that he put Kelly on OA. So Batmouse at the start of his turn uses Shadows of the Empire to make Kelly lose a force, and Kelly then responds with Battle Plan. So now all those little drain ones that Batmouse could have done, he will have to pay 3 for each. It's nice knowing that even the best players do make mistakes. Okay, so here comes Boba Fett Bounty Hunter against everybody at the 2-2 site. And Dengar. So it looks like Batmouse is going to try and take down some of those characters and the vehicles at the site. So he uses the Zizor's Palace site to search for a site. Kelly verifies. Wonder what kind of destiny Batmouse has. So Batmouse right now will be drawing 3 total battle destiny, and he can shoot twice. So probably going to see him shoot at least Rose, making sure that she's off the table. But if he is able to shoot the Blue 11, that would make BB-8 and Ray both lost as well. I think I agree with you, but he's got the Finn, so Finn will probably come down here for free. And Jango Fett is down as well. So quite the formidable hand there. Oh, Kelly has no cards. Oh, this is nice. Kelly has no cards left in his force pile. So being that Batmouse just deploys first strike, all those interrupts that once he starts the battle will not happen. But Kelly responds with "See you around, kid" to prevent all destiny draws during the battle from being canceled. Interesting. So, what does it say? Does it modify them? So the battle destiny draws might not be canceled, but they may be modified. Batmouse initiates the battle, retrieves one with first strike. He retrieves the according to my design. Kelly is losing a card, and he loses the See You Around Kid. And here comes Finn. Yeah, he still gets the -2. Oh, Batmouse uses Zizor's bounty on Finn, so Finn is not in the battle. And Chriskelly responds with, "Seems bad for me." Okay. Batmouse targets Rose, draws a 2, so she is hit, forfeit 0. So Chriskelly waiting to use his the 7 side of OA to with the -2 to Battle Destiny or Weapon Destiny, possibly on the blue 11, but Batmouse decides to target U3PO, drawing a 5. So Kelly will now have to. So both U3PO and Rose are hit, forfeit 0. So with the 3 destinies that he's going to be drawing, one of them will be -2, but yep. So here's a 4. Chriskelly will use his objective to make it -2, so it becomes a 2. Draws a 1, so he's got 3 now. And I believe blue 11 is still a mutant lesson 4, so he draws a 4, so that is 7. So I believe that cracks. That will now make Chriskelly lose BB-8 and Ray. And Chriskelly draws 4. Might see. So we're going to see Boba Fett being lost. And Chriskelly now has to lose Rose. He has to lose U3PO, Ray, and BB-8. So he first loses BB-8. And this will actually flip, yes, that will flip Batmouse with the loss of Ray. And there goes U3PO, and there goes Rose. So Kelly cannot retrieve Rose once he loses it this turn because Batmouse does have secret plans on the table, and he still has no cards left in his force pile. So Kelly is still on his flip side, being that the blue 11 and Finn are still at the site, though. Okay, so that was the end of that battle. So not a bad battle for Batmouse. He flips. He gets rid of Ray. He gets rid of BB-8, and he gets rid of the retrieval. So and he blocks the drain of 2 there. So pretty good battle. Draws up 3 cards, and Kelly will have a drain of 2 up in space. But again, Batmouse is losing cards from his hand. So we'll see what he does. Batmouse has 2 cards left in his reserve deck. No Force Lightning because he drew it for Destiny. And he draws his last card in his hand. So Kelly now activates, and Batmouse will wipe them out, all of them, to get 1 card back into his force pile. So, again, I do know he plays Imperial Barrier, so he does have some protection left. Okay, he puts a card on his use pile with the objective so he can peek at his force pile. And he uses the Emperor to grab that Force Lightning that he drew to hit the U3PO. He might have a Ray in his hand, so we'll see. Batmouse decides to lose Daro and from his hand, Banis Keeg from his reserve deck. Yeah, he's going to use his objective. Looks and see what he has. Batmouse gets a verify. He might have a Ray in his hand. We know that he does play Jedi Levitation, but if he uses Solo with Jedi Levitation, Batmouse is going to grab that with the code clearance and thus making Rose useless. So I think right now that turn was an extremely good turn for Batmouse. Him using the Zazor's bounty kind of leaves Zam a little unprotective, but we know he has his Gick in his hand, and we know he has Imperial Decree, so he can draw Destiny at least from those. I believe she draws on her own as well. So Batmouse has some options here. If you're Chriskelly and you have 8 cards in your hand, he can most likely. I know he has the General Leia still, so I mean we could see General Leia come down. We could also see a Resistance character go back on into his use pile and pull maybe a Ray or somebody useful with a Brave Resistance. So he's got a few options here, but we'll see what he can do. I mean, both players, Batmouse does have his Gick. Kelly has his Hojix, so. And there's the General Leia. She goes down to the 2/2 site as well. And let's see if there's any response from Batmouse. And Cassian comes down as well. So now Cassian can cancel the Destiny draw from Batmouse. Kelly uses Brave Resistance, putting Rose Tico back to grab. Maybe we'll see the Ray here. Maybe we'll see a Solo as well. Solo would add +2 to the defense value of all the characters there. But outside of that, his other portion of the game picks, Now, just to rectify what I did say, he would not add to his own defense value. He would add to everybody else. Kelly decides to grab Admiral Satora. Instead, Admiral Satora will also, he draws a Battle Destiny if he's with a Resistance leader at a Episode 7 site. He also adds to the forfeit of Resistance characters there, I believe. Yes, so at same location as resistance characters are in starships are each defense value +1 and forfeit +1, while at Episode 7 location with a resistance leader, he adds 1 to Battle Destiny. So right now, Kelly will be drawing 2 Destiny. His defense value is +1 for every resistance character there, so only Cassian doesn't get that bonus, and the forfeit is +1 as well. But being that Dengar makes their forfeit equal 0, that the hit characters won't come into play as much. So probably going to see a battle just so Kelly can at least retrieve the Rose. Okay, and do some damage to Batmouse. So yes, we are going to see a battle. Kelly retrieves with Leia. So yes, there's the Rose retrieval, and we're probably going to see him. And it looks like he's going to retrieve U3PO as well. Oh, Batmouse has the imbalance combo, so Kelly gets to retrieve, but he's going to have to lose 1 now. Kelly loses the rose that he just retrieved, but he can now get rose back because of the first strike. And then Batmouse is going to have to lose a card as well. Batmouse losing the imbalance combo. So we'll see what kind of tricks and everything that both players have in this battle. Dengar decides to shoot at Cassian. And draws a 6. So Cassian is now hit. Forfeit 0. Batmouse trying to get rid of Cassian just so he can actually draw Destiny. Oh, but Kelly decides to use Cassian to cancel the weapon Destiny draw. I'm not sure I agree with that. I think it would have been more prevalent for him to cancel the Battle Destiny draw, but he still gets the -2. So, and normally Black Sun draws pretty low, so Kelly does use Cassian and puts U3PO out of play. And Batmouse decides to draw a card with Shadows of the Empire. Dengar now firing at the Admiral. And the Admiral is hit with a blast door controls being drawn for Destiny. Does Kelly have any tricks? No. Admiral Satora is now hit and forfeit 0. So let's see if we're going to have any more weapon phase actions or we're going to move on to Battle Destiny. No, first Kelly decides to use Walkling, placing it out of play to retrieve the ray that is on top of his deck. So that's one way of getting Ray back. It's not bad. So he gets Rose back, puts U3PO out of play, and then retrieves Ray, who's now on the top of his deck. Draws a 1 for Battle Destiny. Oof. And his second draw is a 2. Admiral Holdo. So he draws a 3. So he's got 21 in power, but very little on the attrition side. Again, Batmouse does have Gek, but okay, so Batmouse draws a 4, which Kelly's going to reduce by 2, but I believe with the flip side of Ages of the Black Sun, the attrition is increased there. Yeah, it's +2. So there goes the Admiral Satora. Batmouse has to lose both characters to satisfy for battle damage. But first he loses Django, allowing him to grab Boba Fett Bounty Hunter from his deck. And again, Kelly has 4 new attrition, so maybe we'll see Cassian go away because Cassian's game text is once per game. But first, Batmouse losing Django. And there goes the Cassian. Now, if you're Batmouse, you might want to consider keeping the Dengar and peeling some cards, but no, he decides to get rid of Dengar and then lose 2. I think if you're Batmouse, you want to lose 2 before you ditch Dengar, but being that he occupies the sewers, he can retrieve Dengar into his hand, so that's one way of getting Dengar back. And then for the last 2 cards, Batmouse loses P59 and Bosk from his reserve deck. So both players losing 2 cards. There were 2 characters from the battle. Batmouse losing a few extra cards to battle damage, and first strike while Kelly was retrieving 1 in that battle. So pretty good turn for Kelly. I mean, he gets the sight back for now, and he gets rid of Dengar for now. But he draws up a few cards, and he's got 1 left in his force pile. Batmouse about to start his turn. Activates all but 4. Batmouse currently sitting at 20 life force. Kelly sitting at 26. Batmouse has 10 cards in his hand. Kelly has 8. So Batmouse has a total of 30 cards to play with, while Kelly has 34. So Batmouse is down a few cards, but maybe we'll see. We're definitely going to see him at least ping with the shadows. But maybe we'll have to see here about what he can do against Finn, Leia, and that blue 11. I mean, but first things first, Batmouse deciding to use the sewer to get a card back. Kelly currently shield broken, so he takes Bosk into hand. Interesting. But I do believe he did get the Boba Fett Bounty Hunter, so that would be 3 Destiny. But again, if Kelly has the Rebel leadership, that would limit him to 1. And Kelly now has to lose 2 to Batmouse's objective, but because he controls 2 Jakku sites, he only has to lose 1. Kelly loses Rebel Barrier from his hand, or from his deck. Oh, here comes that second Boba Fett Bounty Hunter, but Kelly has the perimeter scanned. Boba Fett will not be able to battle, and Batmouse decides to grab it. So Boba Fett is now stuck there. Well, not stuck, but can't battle this turn. And here comes Bosk. And does he have any extra? Does Batmouse have anything left to put down there? Looks like he's going to use Vengeance of the Dark Prince to put a card on the top of his use pile to peek at his force pile. Okay. Batmouse grabs. So Kelly loses Rebel leadership to Shadows damage, and Batmouse gets out his useless gesture V. So if Solo comes down, he would have to stack a card from Solo there, and he is able to upkeep the Boba Fett. Kelly plays Rescue in the Clouds. So we know that Kelly has Rebel leadership in his lost pile. So if we see a Solo come down, Kelly will be able to use it, but he would have to use 1 force first to play it. Kelly using Rescue in the Clouds to look at the top 3 cards of his deck, take 1 into hand. And he activates. He's got 17 force to play with this turn. Kelly draining for Jakku for 2. Batmouse losing IG-88 and Force Push. IG-88 from hand, Force Push from his use pile. Oh, and here comes a Saw Gerrera. So that would add to the attrition there for Kelly. Kelly decides to use his objective, looking at his reserve deck, seeing what he has there. Possibly to grab something with a Brave Resistance by putting a character back. And Kelly's saying that there's bad stuff in his deck, so... Oh, looks like Kelly has a bunch of ones in his deck. Interesting. But Kelly still decides to initiate so that way he can retrieve 2. And Batmouse will now have to lose 1. So Kelly retrieves the Rebel leadership from his hand. So, or sorry, he retrieves it into his deck, so we won't see that one getting played. And he also retrieves the Rebel barrier. Let's see, Batmouse is losing a Probot from his hand. So Batmouse is currently still drawing the 3 Destiny. And here comes Greedo joining the fight. Greedo deploys as a react. Adds a little bit more forfeit to the fight for Batmouse. But Kelly does have a Rebel leadership, so now Batmouse goes from drawing 3 to 1. Oh, we have a sense. And Batmouse draws a 5 for the sense draw. So Rebel leadership is sensed, unless Kelly has something. But nope, he does not. Batmouse still has to lose 2 cards to do or do not. Oh, but it's reduced to 1 with Imperial Decree. So Batmouse will lose the sense as well as the blast door controls. And he still gets to draw 3 Destiny. Now they will be minus. They still might be -2, or at least one of them will be -2. But okay, Kelly draws a 1 for Battle Destiny, saying that Batmouse will only probably have to lose to Greedo. Batmouse draws a 6. Kelly decides to make it -2, so it's a 4. Another 6, so that's 10. And a 5. Wow. So Batmouse draws a 15 for Battle Destiny. So that's going to get rid of a few characters for Kelly. Batmouse only has to lose the Greedo. So that does not look good for Kelly. Kelly first loses Saw. Batmouse loses the Greedo. Kelly still has to lose 12 to attrition. He loses the blue 11 first. And probably going to see Finn go bye-bye here. Being that Finn goes bye-bye, Zizor Bounty now procs off. Batmouse gets to retrieve a card and look at Kelly's hand. Oof. So Batmouse has information. And Leia is now there by herself. So probably going to see Leia move away. But Batmouse might have some answers to Leia being down there. So if Batmouse can make Leia go bye-bye, Batmouse would cause Kelly to flip back. But Kelly moves Leia and draws some cards. So that was a good battle for Batmouse and a bad battle for Kelly. Even though Kelly did retrieve 2 and made Batmouse lose a card, overall losing 2 characters and a vehicle to your opponent's 1 is not a good thing. So it is the start of Batmouse's turn 6. He activates 12. Kelly decides to use Rescue in the Closet to peek at the top 3 cards, taking 1 into hand and then shuffling. So all Batmouse has to do here is at least draw a 4 against Leia. So being that he has the Imperial Decree, all he needs is just somebody to come down against her. I want to say he's tracking a 6 on the top, so that would be he would then be able to get rid of Leia. But we'll see here in a second. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We haven't got past the control phase. Batmouse has to make Kelly lose 2, but it will become 1 because of his objective. Kelly loses. I'm getting pretty good at this from his hand. And here comes Zuckuss and Mist Hunter. Kelly does not have 6 or higher with his ability there, so any draws will be minus. Batmouse then drops Forlom on there, so he's drawing 2 Destiny. So we might see Kelly get knocked out of space. But he would have to draw. If he draws a 10, Lando's a 7. BB-8, I want to say, is a 4. So I want to say Batmouse would only be getting rid of those 2. Kelly has to lose to first strike. He loses relatively unprotected. Batmouse is retrieving the Zizor's bounty. Batmouse draws a 6. So again, I'm pretty sure this is going to be coming in 4. Oh, no. No, I forgot about R2. That was not a BB-8. There was R2. So R2 goes into the use pile to cancel the draw. Batmouse has 6. So the 6 will now become a 4. So the Falcon is immune. But again, Kelly does not have any ability there to draw Destiny. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I forgot. So he loses 1 card. He loses no escape. Kelly has to lose because of the flip side of the objective. So he loses Lando. I forgot all about that. Yes. Yeah, I mean we normally we don't see a 7 of the objective. So that's why because Forlom is there, the attrition is +1. So that wasn't a bad battle for Batmouse, and Batmouse using Boba Fett to keeping him there. So Kelly only has Leia and Poe on the table, but he's got 10 cards in hand. He can still put a card back with resistance to get another character. Batmouse activating. And making Kelly drains for 1. He drains for 2 using I think I can handle myself to make it a 2. So Batmouse has to lose. He loses turn it off from the reserve deck, and the Emperor Palpatine from his reserve deck as well. So Kelly still has 21 cards in his life force. Batmouse is sitting at 14. I would say Batmouse has a little bit better board control, but we are possibly going to see another battle here. Solo comes down as a pilot. Now, being that Solo's there, he can play a card from his lost pile, but oh, here comes the profundity. So now Kelly has the ability to get around Zuckuss. And he clearly outpowers the little Zuckus. So Kelly is drawing 2, Zuckus, Batmouse is drawing 2 as well. And Ray comes down as well. So yes, now he gets a way around Zuckus. So we do know that Batmouse does have a Gick in hand, but if this is Batmouse's only starship, it's going to be hard for him to. It might be hard for him to get Kelly off the ground because we'll probably see at least Ray come down onto the ground if she's still there. So the Falcon is still immune, but the Profundity is not. But we're probably going to see either Solo or Ray go bye-bye. With Solo and Ray there, Kelly is now drawing 3, but he's looking for a card to take from his use pile with Ray. And he makes his decision. Okay, so we have a battle. Kelly initiating, Kelly drawing 3, but first we have Kelly retrieving with both First Strike and Leia. Okay, Batmouse losing a program trap from his hand. And he's going to, Kelly is also going to get back his relatively unprotected as well. So having a Destiny 7 back in your deck is pretty good. So move on to Battle Destiny. Kelly draws a 6. No, I'm sorry. He draws a 7 with for R2. Draws a 6 because Anakin is there. Batmouse drawing the Emperor for 4, and he's drawing a 3. So Kelly has 14, Batmouse has 7. So gotta see Batmouse play his Gick here. Kelly only losing Anakin. So down goes Zuckus, down go the Forlom, out popping the Gick. Okay, so Kelly is back to having control of the system. He only has 1 force left, and he decides to shuttle down Ray. So Ray is now back on the field, thus flipping Batmouse back. But he doesn't have any force in his. Now he doesn't have any force in his force pile, so if he is forced to play a Hojax here, we won't see it. If he is forced to play if he has to come down with another type of interrupt, we won't see it. Batmouse starts his turn, or by activating, uses shadows to get that damage in. Kelly losing the fly casual from hand. Yeah, I actually agree with you 100% there. I agree with you 100% there, Joe. Having Poe and Solo on the profundity would be a lot better. Okay, Batmouse drains for 2, but it becomes a 1 with Kelly's objective. I don't know. I'm assuming Batmouse has something because he's keeping 3 cards in his reserve deck. Yeah, that's better too. Wait, did I just see Justin Desai and Joe Olson agree on something? It's the end of days, everyone. No, they're both good guys. So Kelly loses Escape Pod from his reserve deck. Oh, here comes Dr. Afra to the 2-0 site. We're going to see Dr. Afra possibly get a droid back. Maybe that's the answer that Batmouse had. So we might see P59 come back into Batmouse's hand. Yep, that's what we're going to see here. So P59 comes out, goes back into Batmouse's hand. We maybe see P59 drop down to the village. But first things first, Batmouse wants to use the Emperor to check his deck, see what kind of destinies he has. Okay, Batmouse using 1, and he's just going to move over. Looks like. Yeah. I think at this point, Kelly is sitting really good. I mean, Batmouse has had a few battles go his way, but getting kicked out of space like he did, if he could have got rid of Poe off the Falcon, he would be in a lot better situation, but it's okay, Justin. It's okay to agree with Joe once in a while. Nobody will hold it against you. Okay, Kelly activating 14. Batmouse using shadows to draw a card. Kelly using Ray to draw the bottom card. And there's that rescue again. I believe that's the 3rd time he's played rescue in the clouds this game. So goes and looks at the top 3, takes a card. He's got 5 cards left. And that's a trackable 5, which is pretty good. So maybe we'll see Kelly go on this slight offensive here. Batmouse still has the Imperial Decree, so if Kelly comes down against Afra, he can still draw Destiny with the Imperial Decree. But being that Batmouse essentially has to control, he's going to have to pay for the drain, and he's only got 10 cards left. I don't like it. Batmouse loses Lana Delbreen and Sacrifice from his hand, as well as Ellis Howrot. 2 cards I think that could have helped him this game a little bit earlier on, but yeah, Batmouse definitely did need a ship there, as well as the and yeah, leadership would almost immediately end it right now for Batmouse. And Kelly's got a nice sizable life force, so Kelly decides to use his objective to look at his deck. Batmouse verifying the deck, saying there's some 5s in there, but here comes Ellis Madoc, pilot instructor, and Rose Tico. So being that Rose and Ellis are there, yeah, Kelly will be able to -2 anything that Batmouse draws. And here comes Vice Admiral Holdo. So three characters providing 5 power and drawing 1 destiny. Leia retrieves 1. Kelly decides to retrieve the 1 with Leia. And we're about to see first strike being used. I honestly I think the first strike was more costly for Batmouse over the course of the game. Kelly's used it 3 times, Batmouse has used it twice, but every time that Kelly initiates a battle, he's retrieving 2, so I know that what Batmouse wanted to do with the first strike, but in this matchup, I don't think it was the right play. Again, Kelly retreats 2, and Batman loses an O-switch off from hand. Batmouse putting the imp decree out of play. Oh, excuse me. And Kelly draws a 2 for Destiny. I mean, that's going to definitely get rid of the Afra. She right now on her own, she covers for it. And Batmouse draws a 5, so he gets rid of one of the characters there, probably the Elris, at least. Oh, interesting. But Kelly does not use the game text. Oh, okay, this is smart. So he doesn't want to, he loses the Holdo and the Elris, so that way he can only move Rose out. So she'll go to the battleground, and then he can move Leia and Rey over as well to back her up. So he doesn't run the possibility of just a smackdown on one of the. He would have to leave one of the characters there. So smart play, not negating it, not making it -2, and losing the 2 characters there. So now we'll see Rose move out, so that way he can again start to retrieve as well. And all 3 of those characters now are pretty secure at the spaceport. Yeah, I think we're going to see Batmouse try and get as much damage as he could in. He's going to get at least 1 card of damage in, so that would put Kelly at. If Kelly can't play any interrupts, or Batmouse just decides to keep playing. No, Batmouse decides to keep playing. There comes the Falling's Fist to Coruscant. Uses Shadows. Draws a card, makes Kelly lose a card from his hand. There goes a Hojix. And unfortunately, Zam cannot move up to the fist right now. So there goes the Vigo. I think this play is a little. Yeah. Honestly, I think that this right here is a little bit too late for Batmouse. But, I mean, Kelly's going to be doing 3 points of damage at least. I still think he has I can take care of myself in his deck. So, and you don't want him to retrieve any though. So I can see Kelly going over. At this point, I can see him winning by possibly. He's going to win by 20 at least. Because if he battles here, he's going to be retrieving 2 more. Batmouse has to lose cards from his hand. So there goes the Sith Fury to Ice Entry ships. Okay, here comes the Drain Elf at the site. It's at least going to be a drain of 1. If Kelly has, I can take care of myself in his hand, it would be a drain of 2. Okay, there's the initiation. And it's just a drain of 1. So Batmouse loses Emperor from his use pile. Batmouse is down to 7 cards in his life force. Kelly has 20. Kelly now is going to be retrieving with Rose. He retrieves the Hojix that he just lost. Yeah, he's gonna make. Well, I think Kelly has the Kelly's got to do something against one of those because he's only got a 3-card hand. Oh, okay. So here comes Unite. That will get Holdo back into his hand. So I think we might see Holdo and another character come down against Zam at least. If that happens, he'll be retrieving 2 more, and Batmouse will have to lose another card. Zizor's pretty good off by himself right now. Oh, so Kelly now uses Solo to. Oh, that's a. Oh, that hurts. So Kelly uses the Jedi Levitation from Solo to get a character back with Jedi Levitation. But because he used Solo to play it from his lost pile, it has to go on a useless gesture, not the code clearance. Thus, now he'll still be able to get that Rose retrieval in. If it went to the closed clearance, it would make all retrieval -1. But because he used Solo to do it and useless gesture was on table, it has to go there. Okay, so he retrieved Satora into his hand, uses Satora to get Chewie. Oh, I think this is going to be game right here. Because Holdo and Chewie against Zam. Yes, Batmouse can draw the Destiny, but she's going to be hit, forfeit 0, and yeah. I don't. Oh, Batmouse drew into his Zizor's bounty, thus saving him this turn. Wow. That could have been really, really, really bad for Batmouse. And Kelly is now deciding on what he wants to do. So he can move Chewie, but I don't see that happening. I think Chewie and Holdo are going to sit there at the sewer. And yeah, I think that was a good turn for Kelly. He did a lot. And he could have ended the game, almost ended the game for against Batmouse, but I still think it was a good turn. He's sitting at 21. Batmouse is sitting at 7. Kelly has 2 cards in his hand, so yeah, Joe, he's gonna lose 5 cards this turn, so he's gonna go from 20. He'll be at 17. So I mean, 17 is still a pretty good number. And then next turn for Kelly, looks like he's going to be doing 3, maybe 5, depending on what Batmouse does here. Okay, so Batmouse is going to fire the Vigo. Yeah, Batmouse has to make sure he survives here. So maybe we'll see Zizor. Zizor is not that important, so maybe we'll see Zizor go in front of Chewie, just so Kelly doesn't draw Destiny, but I don't know if that would be... Kelly's got most of his good resistance characters on the field. Okay, Kelly loses Rose from hand to a drain. Okay, so Batmouse is going to be doing his drain. Okay, so it is a drain of 2. Kelly has to decide here now if he wants to make it a drain of 2 there or at Jakku. He makes it a drain of 1 now with his objective, so Batmouse will be able to hit 2 at Jakku. Kelly loses Punch Hit and Rebel Leadership, and he's still got 1 more drain. Okay, loses Slor Santeca and Rescue in the Clouds. So Kelly is sitting at 17 in Life Force. Batmouse has 8. Kelly has 1 card in his hand. Batmouse is checking his Destiny, making see what it is. Ah, yes, if you're... for those who are still watching, pre-registration is now open for the Indoor Grand Prix. That will be January 24th through the 26th. Pre-register now. Make sure you get those really nice swag that the PC delivers. Okay, Batmouse comes down with Cad Bane to the sewer. So maybe we'll see a battle here. Oh, and if Kelly loses Holdo, Zam will then trigger, and I believe that's a loss of 2. Okay, so Batmouse is battling. He'll be able to retrieve 1. Kelly has to lose 1. Okay. Chewie's going to fire at Cad Bane. Draws a 6. Yeah, Bane's definitely hit. And a 1. Okay, so Cad's hit. See if Batmouse has anything. So Batmouse definitely wants Kelly to lose Holdo here. Okay, it draws a 4. So Kelly is going to be able to make it a -2. So Batmouse has 11 and 2 attrition. Whereas Kelly draws. Kelly not drawing. So, oh, that's a smart play by Kelly because he doesn't draw. Batmouse has to he can keep Zam there or possibly move her away, which would be another drain of 2. So, but because he lost Holdo there, Kelly still had to lose 2, and he lost Dash and Rogue 12 and the Villager. Okay. And I think Batmouse realizes that he needs to move Zam away now. Or I think if you're Batmouse, you could almost move the Zizor in, and that would only get rid of one character. Okay, so Zam's there by herself now. Kelly can draw a card with Ray. He can get other stuff to be able to draw Destiny, but Zam's by herself. Interesting. Okay, so Kelly plays Rebel Leadership to take an Admiral. He can take Admiral Satora into hand, allowing him to... Oh, nope. He just takes General Calrissian into hand. Sorry. So, see General Calrissian come down with Chewie to put the beat down on Zam. Because she's probably going to be hit here. And once she's hit and forfeit 0, that's not going to be good for Batmouse. Okay, Kelly's now doing some drains. Batmouse loses according to my design and Greedo from his use pile. Here comes a drain of 1 at the spaceport. Sorry, everyone. Sorry about that, everyone. Kelly then retrieves Dash and Rogue 12 and drains for 1. Okay, so Batmouse loses an Emperor from the reserve deck. Okay, so here comes the General Calrissian. So Kelly's going to retrieve 1 from Force Strike, retrieve 1 from Leia. Batmouse is going to lose another Force, and then there's going to be a nice big beat down. Okay. So it doesn't look like Batmouse has any tricks. He's got 1 card in hand, but there's really no way for him to... I can't see him getting out of this battle. I mean, Kelly's going to be able to make his Destiny -2. And he's going to hit... Oh, there's the Imperial Barrier that he needed. So Chewie fires. Draws a 1 for Destiny. Uh-oh. Zam. So let's see what he draws for the second Destiny. 4, so she is hit. So he just draws high enough. Pretty sure he used the Gick, but I don't remember if he retrieved it or not. But yeah, the Gick would be the only card to really continue this game for him. Kelly draws a 6 for Battle Destiny. Oof. And Batmouse draws 5. So he's still able to get rid of 1 of the characters. I'm going to assume that it's going to be Chewie just because he doesn't want to lose another 2 cards from Lando. Batmouse saying good game, so he doesn't have a Gick. So Zizor bounty goes away. Batmouse will retrieve 1, and then the game's over. Okay, so Kelly does lose Chewie. There goes Zam. Her other part of the game text where she can pull a card from Force Pile doesn't go off, and that will clear off Batmouse's life force. So Kelly is your winner for game 1. Kelly won that game by 17. Batmouse has 38 cards in his life or in his lost pile. Kelly has 22. So thank you everyone for watching. We'll be having game 2 tomorrow at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 6 o'clock for the East Coast players. So yep, we'll be seeing everybody tomorrow. Same Batmouse time, same Batmouse channel. Good evening, everybody, and see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Well, actually, I think we're going to be. I think it's scheduled for tomorrow. Sorry, but I want to say that Batmouse has to check with his wife before he can play. But check the forums. Make sure everything. If you guys want to watch, just keep an eye on the forums, and we'll let everybody know when they're going to be playing next. So I'm signing off for the night. Everybody, take care.